Hello everyone, my name is KATHERINE.SYMTHE, and this is March 19th, 2020. Wow, what a crazy time period that we're all in. I am the digital media producer of Planet Cat. In the past, we have had conversations with Planet Cat, which was Thursdays at the Wax Club from 9 to 10 p.m. Of course, right now with the bar being closed, we're not having it this Thursday on Wednesdays. Hello, Ricardo Rios, how you doing? Hello, Marissa, how you doing? And then on Wednesdays, we have I Am Now. Hello, Naomi. Hello, Ricardo. And so, part of my promise yesterday, we launched PAW News, P.A.W., which is People's Awareness Within. And every day during this crisis, PAW News from Planet Cat, owned by the House of SVOI, will be giving a 10 to 15 minute live cast here on Facebook, providing resources and up-to-date information that has been validated and checked out from Planet Cat and the House of SVOI. So you'll see that it will say PAW certified, such as this has been PAW certified. All the resources, hi Sydney, how you doing? All the resources that I've been providing you and will be providing you, I have personally either called them or gone there and checked it out for all of you. So again, I want to thank each one of you for being on here, listening and watching and sharing and caring. Remember to share this podcast or live cast, heart it, like it, and share it. As we all know, yesterday on March 18th, Mayor Ron Nirenberg issued an emergency declaration of the closures of all restaurants and bars as of 11:59 last night. Hello, Adam Garza. Hello, Angela. How you doing? The restaurants with drive-thrus are the only ones that are allowed to be open. And I want to extend my empathy, my compassion to everyone in the state of Texas and San Antonio that has been affected by this. And that's why we launched a little flyer out there saying San Antonio strong, unity in our community. That is so important. Now, regarding these restaurants and bars that had closed last night, including the Wax Club because of this crisis, Governor Abbott issued a waiver that restaurants and establishments can now deliver alcohol along with food purchases. But that business that is delivering alcohol and food along with it must have a mixed drink permit. So that's very important. You just can't be, suddenly, oh, I'm going to sell alcohol. They've already started this in Austin, and now we're starting it here in San Antonio. So look for updates as I provide you the resources of who's doing that and when. TABC has waived certain provisions for those of you that own bars that you could actually sell back your unopened product. Hello, Melanie. How you doing? For those of you that are joining you, I'm giving you up-to-date information and resources regarding the COVID virus and how it's impacting San Antonio and providing you resources. We've already gone over about the fact that the bars and restaurants have had to shut down. Hello, Mike Condinas. How you doing? That Governor Abbott has issued a waiver that restaurants and establishments could deliver alcohol as long as they have a mixed drink permit and have food included. Hello, Sonia. TABC has waived, and when I say waived, they're bypassing it, certain provisions where if you have a bar and you have unopened alcohol bottles with TABC sticker on it, you are allowed to sell back your unopened product back to the manufacturers, wholesalers, and retailers. Just so that we can have a clear understanding. Hello, Chrissy, how you doing? Hello, Manny, how you doing? Just so we have a clear understanding of the impact here in San Antonio, 50% of Texas food comes from 55,000 restaurants here. Those workers have been impacted. That's like over 1.4 million workers. Here in San Antonio alone, there were 100 workers at the Cove that got affected, and that's just one place. We have so many bars and so many restaurants here that have been impacted. It's so important that we help each other, be compassionate, and know what's going on. So moving forward, I wanted to provide some clarity on some of these waivers and suspensions so we understand. So Governor Abbott suspended vehicle suspension. It doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for your vehicle registration. That just means that if you're late on paying it because you don't have the financial ability to do it, you're not going to get charged those fees. Now, being the person I am, I went to Lyft and explained to them that there might be a problem. Lyft's like, you know what? We celebrate our drivers. We understand your situation, and we're going to extend your renewal of your registration till end of April so that you can have the financial resources to do that. And I know what I'm about to say is going to upset some people, and I know I'm going to piss off Uber, and I really don't care because I didn't like the response. This goes right back to being compassionate to those that are being affected in our time period. When I called Uber support at 11:52 this morning and was held online for 1 hour at the 800 number 593-7069, and I explained the situation and what Uber is going to do to help their drivers that may not have the ability to renew their registration, and they will have to, wait until Uber said, quote unquote, policy is policy. If you're not able to renew your registration, that is not our problem. I'm like, okay, but a lot of us have been impacted. There's been loss of rides. They're like, we didn't create the virus. It's not our problem. You are lucky that we're even giving a package to those that have been infected with the virus for $28 a day. That's horrible to say to somebody that's been driving. So I said, okay, this is not a matter of arguing. I'm trying to understand what you're doing to help your drivers that have been impacted. I says, we care, and that's why we drive. And they're like, and your point is, you chose to be an independent contractor. We didn't choose you. You chose to drive for us. I says, so is your official statement is that Uber is not really caring to help the drivers? They're like, you think whatever, man, but we are not going to bend any policy or help our drivers. You're independent contractors. Go to somebody that cares. I'm like, and if I went live with that, they're like, oh, please do. Go to the news and tell people. Because, you know what? Matter of fact, here's my name. And unfortunately, it has a name of a good person I know. She's like, and my name is Gina, Gina. I'm like, whoa. My whole point is we need to be compassionate to each other, caring, and understanding. It's so important to understand that in this time period. Uber did not have to take that position, or this particular representative that is representing Uber. They didn't have to say, we don't care, you're lucky that we're even having you as a driver. That is a very messed up position. So, moving forward, when they say that you can't, they're just suspending the registration so that if you're not having the ability to pay for it, you're not going to get in trouble for it. But Lyft is taking care of its drivers. They are extending the renewal if it's due at the end of this month. Now, moving forward to other things that are happening, at 11:32 Eastern Standard Time, Trump has announced that the FDA has approved an anti-malaria drug known as chlorine. I'm going to spell that so you don't think it's chlorine. CHLOROQUINE to test a coronavirus treatment and other antiviral medications that have been fast-tracked during this time of crisis. Now, how did they fast-track these medications and already have it tested on people? Falls under the FDA clause of compassionate use, which allows very ill patients with the virus to use drugs not yet approved for use so that we can find out what's going on out there. The Clinical Infectious Diseases and Medical Journal has said that this version of the anti-malaria drug, hello Dixie Coleman, how you doing? It has been effectively killing the virus. So we're just waiting to see what's happening with the patients out there that are using this anti-malaria drug under the compassionate use. For those of you that are joining, we're giving you some resources and up-to-dates and providing clarity of what it means when they're waiving certain fees. It doesn't mean that you don't have to pay them. It just means you have an extension on time without late fees. We've gone over the fact that Lyft has helped their drivers by extending some of the renewal. And, oh, you're very welcome, Melanie. And also, we've gone over the fact that Uber is not taking any kind of stance or support based on one representative's statement that we're just independent contractors and they didn't create the disease, so it's not their problem, which is a really poor stand to take. Again, we need to really be out there for each other. We've also said that for the bars that have shut down and have food, the governor has waived TABC regulations where they can now sell those alcohol bottles from the bar. Hello, Rebecca, how you doing? And also that if you want to go back to your manufacturers as a bar owner, you can sell those unopened bottles of alcohol with a TABC sticker and get your money back on those bottles that have been unopened. Regarding this shutdown of the bars and restaurants, and I want to make this very clear, I understand there are rumors that this could go on for 30 days. But until there's an official statement from City Council, and I'm looking, because the last time I did this podcast last night, I was just getting ready to talk about the bars, and it came through. So I'm like waiting a minute to make sure there's no announcement. So I'm good. Yay. But according to the City Council, it's going to last for 7 days, at which time they will revisit. They are telling the restaurants and bar owners and people in the service industry to be prepared that there might be an extension of 30 days. They were supposed to vote on it as early as today as to whether the shutdown is supposed to be 30 days or not. But it's not official yet. And again, it's very important that as we're talking about what's going on, that instead of saying, oh, I heard a rumor, cite your resources. My sources have been sanantonio.org. Hello, Rebecca, how you doing? It has been bearcounty.org. I've called the courthouses. Okay, so regarding the courthouses, some of them are still open. You can still do business. If you're in the middle of an eviction, they can still process the paperwork, but they do not and will not enforce that eviction until after April 16th, which is an order that was signed by all 4 Justice of the Peace judges here in San Antonio. So let's get that clear. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get evicted. It just means they're not going to enforce it, because they're not going to put their people on the streets during this time of crisis. Thank you for those people in power that have made that happen and taken care. Also, the food bank is offering helping neighbors for low-income families. Today, if you need food, there's a food pantry that is giving away food today from 4:30 to 6 p.m. called Hamilton. It's located at 10700 Nacogdoches, zip code 78212. That food pantry is at 10700 Nacogdoches 78212, and it's called Hamilton. And that's a food pantry. If you need to find out some more information on food pantries, go to foodpantries.org and it'll give you a list. The Texas Labor Commission Disaster Relief Fund. This is for all those that have been affected by the loss of jobs and wondering what they can do. It's now open to 1099 workers, also called independent contractors. You can call 1-877-915-6400. Again, that number is 1-877-915-6400. When you call it, you're going to hit the number 1 if you speak English, or stay online if you speak Spanish. Right now, there's a backup. They actually are telling you they're overloaded. Last week alone, 16,000 people applied for this disaster relief fund. Oh, and the phone number to the food bank, if anybody needs information on what they can do to either donate or get assistance, is 210 area code 431-8326. Okay, so we had a clarity about the rents. We had the clarity about resources. Some of you that have apartment complexes, like I do, we got this note on our door from the apartment complex, and basically it reads that our office is being closed during normal business hours. It's by appointment only. Some apartment complexes, if you're looking at an apartment, will ask you questions: where you've been, who you associate with, have you been around anybody sick. Some places are doing virtual tours. And also some clarity right now regarding the stimulus check. Right now it's being proposed that each American will get a $1,000 check, one on April 6th and one on May 6th. Right now, we are just going with the flow, in the sense we're just paying attention to what's going on. So before I end this conversation today, I hope this has helped. I want to thank everyone out there. Again, we've gone over everything. Hello, Bianca. How you doing? How's everyone doing out there? I would love to hear some feedback from you. The impact, resources, what's going on. Please respond in this comment right now. Bianca, how are you doing out there in South Carolina? Or North Carolina. I always get my Carolinas mixed up. Except in Buttery Nipples. Buttery Nipples is a combination of peach schnapps and Carolina cream. Marlena, how are you doing? Rebecca, how have you been impacted by everything? You guys are so quiet out there. Also, I want to remind people that may have depression, anxiety, stress, PTSD, mental disorders, or mental health. And I hate the word disorder, so please get that out of my language. Health. Ricardo Rios, what is the disaster relief phone number again? Okay, so the disaster relief phone number for the Texas Labor Commission, and the best way to do it is on the phone, is 1-877-915-6400. Again, the number is 1-877-915-6400. The phone number to the food bank is 210-431-8326. I know, we're all hanging in there, and that's why I said we must be San Antonio strong and unity in our community. Are there any other questions that I can help you all? It is my goal that every day I'm going to be providing resources, checking out information. I'm hoping that this anti-malaria drug... Oh, and speaking of which, I know some of you have seen that meme that said, don't drink chlorine because it will kill you and poison. And there's actually a memo from the CDC about don't drink bleach because of it's a poison. And the reason they're saying that is that a component of this anti-malaria drug called chlorine, I can't say some of these English words, actually in its DNA or in its molecular structure of this particular anti-malaria drug, its kissing cousin on the base module of the thing is chlorine. So that's why they said that meme. It wasn't meant to be funny. Can you deliver some Rocky Road for me? Naomi, you know I'll deliver you anything. I'm going to be on the road tonight, yes. And I want you guys to be really cautious out there. Don't hoard your food. If you see somebody... Oh, here was something good that I saw. There's a lot of truck drivers that come through San Antonio, and they can't take their truck through the drive-thru. So if you see that they're trying to order food, be compassionate. Help them get food by going through the drive-thru for them. You know, let's be compassionate and kind to one another. We have to understand that some of us have been deeply impacted. We're scared, we're nervous, we're panicking about bills and car notes and everything else. And we've just got to move forward with providing the resources to help each other. Remember to wash your hands every time. And it's not just sanitizer. You've got to wash your hands. You know, be aware of your surroundings and everything else. Is there any... Hello, Kat. How you doing? Are there any other questions that I can help people to address? If there's any resources that any of you need, please leave a comment here in this broadcast below. Please like this. Please share it. I will get back to everyone. And as the news unfolds here in San Antonio, I will be going live to address it because it's so important during this time that we get accurate news. Social media, there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, this is going to be happening on this. Cite your resources. What's your credentials? Now, some of my sources, I might say, hey, it's a confidential source, but that's just because I'm protecting that particular source or where it came from. But I will still cite it as to where it came from in the general category. Are there any questions for anybody out there that would like to address Planet Cat and in this time. Cat, how have you been doing? Planet Cat is looking at possibly doing some cat chats, which is for those people that are used to being up at night and going out and they don't know what to do. So we might have like a live chat going on with people on Facebook. If you like that idea of chats with Cat on the late night, let me know and I'll actually launch it. So my name is KATHERINE.SYMTHE. You can find me at PLANETKATMEOW, MEOW, at Facebook fan page, also at Instagram. We've gone over the lockdown, what all the details are, the people that can sell beers and sell it back. We've gone over the phone number for the food bank, which is again 210-431-8326. Also with the disaster relief fund of the 1-877-915-6400. I want to thank everyone out there in Facebook for being great supporters and fans of Planet Cat and this show, Paul News, which is People's Awareness Within. When we share links, we will say Paul Certified, P.A.W. Certified. Thank you again for everyone. If you have any resources that you wish to share with me so I can share it to everyone, please let me know or drop a comment. Thank you. And remember, we are San Antonio Strong, unity in the community, celebrating life, one meow at a time. And this is your day to help each other out and be strong. And remember, we will get through this. Thank you and have a great day. Oh, I thought I pushed finish.